Gracie Hartwell is a Loop superstar. Loop being a social media network, much akin to YouTube, for those who've heard of YouTube and need the reference. It's like that, but a little different.
Link and sync.
Link and sync, baby. Gracie Hartwell is a stunt woman who is working on this film, and she has spent a good chunk of tonight giving a statement to the police as to what happened tonight, getting a wound on her shoulder looked at from this robot that blasted her with this kind of electric pulse. Her skin's a little tender and red, having been jolted by this robot. When our story opens tonight, she is standing on the roof of a building. She is no longer Gracie Hartwell. She is the masked hero known as Labyrinth. And she is across the street from the police station, where she knows Larry the stagehand is any minute now going to emerge. And she has some questions for Larry. Gail, could you describe for us what Labyrinth looks like?
Labyrinth, like Gracie, has black hair. She lets it curl up. Usually she straightens it during the day as Gracie, and usually by the end of the day the natural curl has come back. She is wearing just a black demi-mask over her eyes, so, very bandit style. She has a black cape over a slate blue dress. The dress has slits that go high up the legs to allow for movement. It's very flowy. She also has long sleeves that are also very drapey and flowy, and the top plunges deeply in a cultural nod to where she learned where she trained as a warrior of the snake. This is a uniform, if you will, as a warrioress of the snake. Only the mask and the symbol on her back are her own. On the back is a labyrinth symbol, not the kind of Shark Cathedral labyrinth, but the Minoan labyrinth. Looks a lot more like a coiled snake. The cape is also short for movement's sake, but she can pull a couple cords and it will lengthen and cover her up totally.
You're standing on the roof of this building, Labyrinth, and the wind, that cool night wind, we're in late September, Solis Bay. You can hear it's Friday night, late at this point. You can hear the sounds of the city as people are going to theater shows, plays, going to the club. You look down and you see Larry exit the precinct, looking disheveled, puts his hoodie up, and a car eventually comes and picks him up.
I sort of cat vault down, which is basically kind of landing on 4 hands and feet down the side of the building on the alley, down the windowsills and fire escape, and then get on my black motorcycle, not my blue motorcycle.
The blue one was
hurt.
Mildly damaged.
I'm very upset about it.
Earlier tonight, but this black one is
ready to go.
The Labyrinth one, right? Like this is specifically for superhero shit. You ride this motorcycle trying to tail this car, and it's not hard at all. You're driving through alleys, side streets, keeping an eye on where this car is in your peripheral. As you're not exactly following it, you're kind of running parallel to it. And then you speed down the street and see that they are pulling into a hotel. This is the hotel where Larry stays at during the movie shoot. What would you like to do? He's getting out of the car and he's on the sidewalk, and he just looks exhausted. He's been grilled. This night did not go probably how he thought it would.
Considering that I've been on the movie shoot, do I know where he is in the hotel?
Maybe. No, probably not. There's a lot of people in the movie. You may not know specifics. Like off the top of your head, you wouldn't know.
Okay. I'm going to park my bike in an alley, and I'm going to activate my invisibility.
Yeah.
I close my eyes and concentrate on the minds surrounding me and make them see no one there.
The way Labyrinth's invisibility works is that she is able to cloud the minds of human beings around her so that they don't realize this masked vigilante, for lack of a better word at the moment, is beautiful walking amongst them. And you are following Larry up to his room, and he has no idea you're right behind him. But if someone were to be looking at the security cameras, they would see clearly you in the building.
Yes. I can't pull a camera. Just a mind.
But you feel this is worth the risk.
Yes.
All right. Larry opens up he takes out his card, slides it in the little reader, opens up his hotel room, goes inside, and you hear him go, fuck, and then like fall down on the bed as the door is slowly closing shut in front of you.
It's one of those those hotel kind of slow closed doors.
Yeah.
Allowing time for you to get all your bags in and everything. I very quietly slide in.
You slip inside, and he's just laying there face down, his on the bed, not moving. He's just like kind of moaning to himself, letting out these like painful sighs. I
make my way over so that and position myself where I know, like, when he sits up, I'm going to be the first thing he sees.
So are you turning off your invisibility when
once I'm in position, I turn off my
sick. He sits up, and like it's so labored. He rolls over and then sits up, and he blinks.
I cock my head to the side.
You're Labyrinth, aren't you?
I'm Labyrinth. I am.
This is beneath you, isn't it? I don't know anything.
Nothing is beneath me. You have no idea.
Look, I told the cops it was Nick's idea. It's on Nick.
It was Nick's idea. It's on Nick. Can you tell me what you know of Nick's plan?
And when you say that, he slumps his shoulders and the large window across from you explodes inwards, and this figure,
oh my gosh,
blurs into the room.
I want to like get in front of Larry.
Between
Larry and the blur. It's like my instinct. Okay.
Here we go. Make a coordination. We're going to call it a coordination check. For everybody listening at home, for the audience. Hello, dear audience. Whenever we are rolling to see if we're successful or not, everybody has stats. Prowess, which is fighting. Coordination, which is kind of your agility and speed. Strength, which is your strength. Come on, you know what it is. Intellect, awareness, and willpower. And they have a set number, and Gail then rolls a d6, adds that to her stat, which for coordination, you are
I'm incredible in my coordination. I have a 7.
So
7.
She rolls a d6 and adds it to her 7, and I will roll a d6 and add it to my coordination.
Okay.
Gail, what did you get?
I got a 12.
Okay. I got a 12 too.
That's a marginal success for you, I'm guessing, since I'm protecting and I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So whenever we subtract from each other what we got, I got a 12. I subtract her resistance. That's a 0. A 0, there's a chart. We'll put it on at some point what these numbers mean. I'll make something up for folks so they can follow along. But a 0 is considered a marginal success, which is the baseline. Barely succeeds. You see this red and white blur get past you, and Larry is kicked and flies into the wall and then falls between the wall and the bed. And there's a huge broken plaster where he just fell. And when you look up, you're face to face with a woman who has white hair, except for the ends, which are bright red. And I'm going to pull up a little picture of her so that you can see, and I'll share these on our website. So you can go to getoutofdepth.com if you're a listener, and you'll see them.
Ooh.
You'll see them on our website. So she's got this white hair with like red just along the sides. It's short, just a little bit longer than chin length, and a red and kind of bone colored suit. And she has this weird mask on that has almost like a layering, like fish scales almost. That's also bone colored, and you can't see where the mask ends and her skin begins. And around her eyes, it looks almost like her skin is red, or it's been painted red. And she has a knife, a large knife that she has pointed down in one arm. And she looks at you with these cold, almost silver eyes. What would you like to do?
I would like to fee blast her.
So what is that? What are you saying?
It's one of my superpowers. I basically am able to whip my body around to create a force out of the air to knock her back.
Okay.
And in fact, I want to use a determination point if I can for a stunt.
Oh, what would your stunt be? So everybody gets a certain number of determination points. They get those throughout the game, dear audience. And they can use these for bonuses to their rolls, or maybe use their superpowers in a way that they don't normally do. So think about like the Flash. He runs really fast, but sometimes he can phase through walls. He doesn't do it all the time, but he can do it sometimes. Or at least when I was a kid, he didn't do it all the time. So that would be using a determination point for her to do a stunt. So what would your stunt be?
I would like to change my blast to a shot, specifically focused on her hand to shoot the knife.
So you're calling your shot
hand,
trying to get
basically.
this knife out of her hand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. I rolled a 1 plus 8 is 9.
All right, so that's a -2, which is a moderate.
Wait, do I add my power to my coordination?
You've done it right. Everything you've done is right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go to do that, and she zips from one side to the other, and you don't even see her move. She's now standing on, if she was on the right side of your face, now she's on the left side of your face. Mm-hmm. And she is going to cut at you with this knife. I rolled, that would be 13. So the question here is, do you want to use coordination to just get out of the way, or do you want to use prowess?
I always use coordination. Okay. 11.
All right, so it's a +1 for me, which is a moderate success, which means I succeed moderately. And if I'm slashing at you, a moderate, I get the attack damage. You're going to take 4 stamina points.
That's all my stamina.
So you're knocked out? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I have 10 total. I lost 6 to the robot and 4 to this lady.
Yep. The blood sprays out and you immediately pass out on the ground. I think we just killed Labyrinth.
Not quite. Still have time. Well,
as your eyes are starting to close and getting, you're losing your sight, you see Larry fly out the window. Goodbye, Larry.
Oh, goodbye, Larry.
And then this red and white figure blurs through the window and disappears after him. And you go nighty-night.
And I go nighty-night.
I like you were like, we didn't want to be squishy people this season. Immediately, Labyrinth's first day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
And you don't have any more determination points or anything like that?
No, I only get 1 per issue.
Cool. Oh, I did use a determination point, which when I use 1, you get 1 back, right?
Oh, okay.
So you did get 1 back.
Okay, so I could use 1 to regain stamina?
Yeah, you could actually. Yeah,
recover? Yeah. Okay.
She can do that when she's unconscious?
Well, I know she can use the determination point to like stave off dying, but we never did damage below 0, so we're not doing damage to her strength yet, I don't think.
Mm-mm. No, it was at 0.
So I just got you 2
strength
0
damage yet.
So, it's fine. Your eyes kind of go close for a moment, as you're trying to get yourself back up. And when your eyes close again, we cut to the morning. Sunshine, birds are singing. Good morning, Solace Bay. Good morning, Zack Lapidus. Zack, you open your eyes, and it was like it was a dream. That couldn't have happened last night. You roll over, you look at the clock, it's 8:30 a.m. Your mom let you sleep in. Speaking of your mom, you just hear from the kitchen a terrible scream. And it sounds like your mother.
I bolt downstairs as quickly as I can.
You go downstairs and you see her smacking a window with a rolled up magazine. And she's like, get the hell out of here. Go. Get. Oh my God. Oh, hey, honey. Good morning.
Do I see what she was smacking at?
You see like a dude who's in between your house and your neighbor's house, like in like where the fence is, where you can go right back. You just see a dude who's got like a camera wrapped around, like hanging from his neck. And he's like, you got to come out sometime, lady. And he walks off towards the street. And as your eyes follow him going back out to the street, you see vans and maybe a dozen people with those vans and cameras pointing towards your house.
How do they find out where we live? Oh my God.
It's their job, sweetheart. That's what they do. They're vultures.
I woke up this morning and it just felt like a dream and now snap back into reality. I'm so sorry, Mom. I didn't know this would happen.
I'm still not really sure what's happening, to be honest. This is all very... What did you see last night? It's all over the news. And she turns on the TV and you see this news anchor last night. 16-year-old Zack Lapidus revealed that Nick Northcutt, action movie star extraordinaire, to be a charlatan using a real tragedy to... a real tragedy to further his career, to make himself look heroic. And it's showing different like video footage from the where you're like threading it, and it's just like constantly looping him running across that football field while everybody watches by himself. And she turns the volume back down and she goes, that's all anybody's talking about right now.
Wow. I don't even, should I go out there and talk to them? What should I even do, Mom?
I don't know. I mean,
we can't just stay holed up in here.
I agree. I mean, I've got a shift starting in 2 hours.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I had some extra credit I was going to go down to the museum and do, but I don't even know how to leave the house like this.
Okay. Let's see. I'm really at a loss. This isn't in the manual for raising kids. You know?
I bet if I take my bike out back, I can kind of bike through the fields. They're not going to be able to chase me down in their vans through other people's properties, right?
Maybe I should go out and tell them to buzz off while you do that.
Okay, that'd be great, Ma. Is there anything you need me to bring home?
Jesus. I don't know. Normalcy? She laughs.
I'll do what I can. And Zach's going to go upstairs and get dressed for the day. And once he's all fresh, he's going to try and sneak out the back, grab his bike.
Right by the back door as you're about to exit is a waffle on a plate.
Mom's the best.
Mama is the best, bro. And
Yeah, I'm not going to take the plate. I'm just going to grab the waffle.
Little to-go waffle. She looks at you and she goes, call me and I will come get you. Okay?
You got it. Thanks, Mom.
All right.
Give her a little kiss on the
cheek.
cheek.
As you're going out one door, you hear her going out the front door, and she's like, all right, you vultures. You want to talk to somebody, you got to talk to me and only me. He's just a boy. And she emerges. She's wearing like a ripped up t-shirt. It's an old Kiss shirt.
Yeah.
That's got like rips in it. So you can see she was like a real partier back in the day. Really dug concerts. Yeah. She goes out there violently and your phone is like buzzing in your pocket as you hit your bike, and you start weaving through these different backyards and alleys through the Herdvine neighborhood. And you pull out your phone, you look at it, and you're just seeing like all these news pings that are like loops of people reacting to what you did, the actual video of what you did, a couple texts from friends who are just like, you okay? You know, like, OMG, what the fuck just happened? You know, where are you going?
So I think I'm going to try and pull my bike over once I'm kind of away from the house and find like just a place to be like totally alone. I don't know if I can just find like a little alley.
Yeah, no, that's
between
not,
two
that's not
dumpsters
too hard.
or something. So because there's so many people like looking for me, I think today is going to be a safer day to be someone else.
Okay.
So I am going to use my shape-shifting abilities to turn into Jackson Jones.
Okay. You look like wide receiver for the Malconian Stompers, star football player, Jackson Jones. Good looking kid, strong, athletic.
Yeah. Then I'm going to hop back on my bike and I'm going to go to the museum to try and just get a bit of normalcy, take my mind off of things, and try and raise my grade out of a poor level that I'm doing in history.
All right. You go to the museum. The museum it's kind of far away, right? It's a long ride.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Like how many miles away would this be?
Maybe 15.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
Are you taking like a bus or?
Yeah.
Like
I'll probably
train
get
or
on some
something.
public transit then.
Definitely some
Yeah.
public transit.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to that museum with swamp ass first.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
you want to try and keep the ass dry before you get to the
Yep.
museum. So you hop on a bus and everybody is looking down at their phone, replaying. You can hear your voice echoing all the time, being like, this was for Polymorph. This wasn't about you. You're just a charlatan. And you just keep hearing this over and over as people are talking about it. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe that kid did that. What a jerk. And another person's like, what do you mean he's a jerk? And they're like, Nick Northcutt was just trying to put on a show for people, right? No, that guy was an asshole. And another person's just like, listen, Nick wouldn't do that. Nick is a great guy, and he has done so much for kids all around the world. Like, there are kids who were dying, and he went and visited them. I bet if this kid was dying, Nick Northcutt would have visited him. This kid wasn't even dying. He came to his high school, and the guy's like, are you saying that you need to be dying in order for somebody to give a shit about you? And she's like, no, I'm just saying Nick Northcutt gives a shit about dying people. And you can tell this conversation is like, this is my stop. I'm done. I'm done with you.
Even if it wasn't, he like switches buses, like hoping for, no, it's just the whole conversation up again.
Another guy gets on. Holy shit. Did you guys see this stuff about Nick Northcutt? Everybody on the bus ready for this? And he pulls out his tablet. It's like 15 inches. It's like a TV out of his backpack. It's a foldable one. It's like one of those OLED foldable ones. And he like holds it out. He's like, look at this. And you're just watching this event replay again. This is the craziest shit I've seen in years. Those kids got a show last night.
Zach is just like so overwhelmed with like, he's been a superhero for like a year now.
Yeah.
And this is the most heat that he's ever had, was when he was actually just being himself, ousting some movie star. He just can't believe it.
This girl who's sitting next to you on the bus, everybody's watching this guy holding up his screen. Like, this is the exact moment when you could see Nick Northcutt's spirit leave his body. And this girl turns to you and she's like, it's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's so obsessed about it. He's just some movie star.
Well, I mean, he's not just some movie star. I mean, he's Nick Northcutt.
I know, but there's actual heroes out there that are risking their lives to save people, and he's just pretending.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think too. I agree. Like, but that kid, Man.
Yeah.
Must take real courage to do something like that in front of all those people.
Yeah. I wonder if he regrets it the day after.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I bet his life is crazy right now.
Yeah. I mean, I go to school with Zack. He's usually just someone that wants to blend in. Hard to blend in with that.
You go to were you there last night? And everybody turns around and goes, "Hey, were you at the school last night, bro?" And the guy folds up his foldable tablet that's like 30 inches when it's opened up all the way, and stuffs it into his duffel bag. And he says, "Young man, Malconian High?
Go Stompers."
You were there last night.
I was.
So, do you know the kid? You're saying his name's Zack.
Yeah, I know Zack, not well, but yeah, I know him.
Is he a good kid or what? Because we got a little debate going on whether or not this kid was just trying, like the whole thing was a conspiracy with this kid.
What he's saying has got to be true. Zack wouldn't lie about something like that. Polymorph was, his favorite hero. He was obsessed with him, and I could see him after the fact, and he was obviously just so furious that someone would try and take that day and turn it into some publicity stunt, scare people. It wasn't right. Nick Northcutt. I mean, I used to love Nick Northcutt, but he's done. I'll never watch another thing of his again, if he ever is even able to make a movie again.
Oh man, got some strong feeling. And then somebody stands up and goes, "Holy shit, it's that kid's mom." And they're holding up their phones, and you just see your mother going like, "Get the off my lawn." And it's just like a string of expletives that they are having trouble covering over, as she's like, "Oh, you want it back? You want it back?" And she's got some guy's camera, and she just spikes it on the asphalt, and she's like, "Go get it now. Go get it now." What? This kid's mom is fucking crazy, man. She might be the real story.
Sure hope she doesn't get arrested. Oh, jeez.
The bus stops. You see the Herbert Museum of History. Well, time to go.
Give a little see you later to these people and head out the side door of the bus.
You exit the bus, and this is towards the center of town, center of Solace Bay, this academic area and legislative area. There's a large, you see these municipal buildings and some of the campus buildings for Solace Bay University. The Herbert Museum is a brown-stoned building with these huge columns and arches at the front, and there's a sign, a large banner draped from the top talking about tonight's opening gala for the new occultism exhibit. And it's all this kind of spooky, it's the spooky fonts, like the Halloween fonts and stuff, and it's kind of gearing up for this fall time period to show this new exhibit. But there's a big gala tonight to celebrate.
Now, Professor Conrad, for the extra credit, he just said I needed to bring a ticket in from the museum, basically, to kind of show it. But what specifically did he want me to kind of take a look at for the class? If you can
just write a little something about what you saw and experienced, just to know that you had thoughts about it and opinions.
Yeah. But he specifically wanted me to take a look at the occult exhibit.
Yeah. You go into the museum and you can see there's workers up on the other floors. They're preparing for tonight's gala. So when you go into the main floor, the main hall of this museum, it's a very tall, almost 3-story room that has a ceiling that is covered in triangular glass. And they're connected at different angles, so they form almost like hills made of triangles. And they're big panels. They're big triangular panels, 18, 20 inches.
Is this what the ceiling is made
That's what
out
the
of?
ceiling is. So
Okay.
it forms this crazy crystal blue, almost like water. And the reason it looks like that is because hanging from the ceiling is a vast array of marine life skeletons. You can see stingrays hanging from the ceiling. You can see seals and sea lions, and they're all surrounding a very massive whale skeleton. So when you look up, it's almost like a sea of marine skeletons swimming through a crystal sea above you. And on this first floor, they have set up this occult exhibit for tonight. And there's people kind of looking around and checking stuff out. And there's going to be a big party tonight. So you can see that there's a lot of workers who are busy trying to get things really nice and pretty for this evening. And there's like a limited window. This is kind of like a soft open, a limited window to observe these artifacts.
Yeah, I haven't been here since a field trip, 5 years ago. So it's kind of cool to be in such a place like this, kind of on my own here. And I will start wandering around the exhibit that they're setting up here.
You're walking around and you see a glass case that has this horn. It's rounded and comes to a point. It has a little hook to it. And all over the horn are these geometric shapes that are patterned and woven together over this silver horn. And you see a little placard in front of the glass case that says, "This is the horn of Diocles."
Yeah, I'll take out like a little notebook and just kind of like read the plaque and like take some notes about it so I have something to write about.
Yeah. It talks about how it comes from like a time period where this type of, like, it's dated for a time period that doesn't seem to match the craftsmanship. Like, it's mysterious in that there were no techniques to make a horn like this at the time that they believe it was discovered or that it was manufactured.
It's kind of a historical anomaly of like, how did they
a little
build
spooky
this?
mystery.
Yeah.
A lot of people are gathered around another display nearby, and they're just like gawking at what's inside. There's maybe 6, 7, 8 people surrounding it. You go over there and you see this book, and the book it's a large book with this shriveled, wrinkled leather. It's puckered in places. You can see almost brown, tannish paper sticking out. And on the cover of this book, embedded into the leather, looks like a glass picture that's cloudy. Like there was some kind of art or something made under it, because photographs didn't really exist back then, but it looks like there's some kind of effect was made with like a glass panel embedded on this book. And it's a blue-green kind of color. Depending on the light, you can see clouds of dark green. And if you look from a different angle, you can see the light catching reds and oranges. It's really a very surreal looking tome.
Is this in the Horn of Diocles? Are they like from the same culture, the same era? Or are
No.
No?
No, they're separate.
Yeah. Is it like surrounded in a big glass case, or is it?
Yeah, it's a massive glass case that is settled around this podium. And it says it's called the Book of Unknown Devils.
Book of Unknown Devils. Does the plaque say like what part of the world it's from, and like?
It says that it was discovered by a man decades and decades ago.
Yeah.
And his story was that it was given to him by the gods. And this would have been the early 1900s in Norway. And the material of it has been kind of hard to carbon date, but it seems like it's hundreds of years old. but the glasswork itself is something that doesn't seem to make sense for that time period either.
There's like some sort of museum employee around. I'll kind of ask him of like, they have any idea how something like this was made?
You ask it out loud. There's a person standing by who's discussing some things with other patrons. And they said, no, it's a lot of mystery. I mean, there's a lot of theories as to how it was made. Some people think that the man who discovered it forged it. It's a hoax, but a lot of the science shows that it's kind of... If he forged it, he's the greatest one ever to do such a thing.
Yeah, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like it before.
And you hear a man standing over here. He's been looking very intently at this book. And he says, no, this is not a mere forgery. This is the genuine article.
What does the Book of Unknown Devils, what is this even supposed to do?
And you see the museum worker about to start, and the man steps over that person. It is a book that, in theory, can summon different planes of existence into reality. One could even remake their own reality. It's all fairy tales, I suppose. But what if, hey young man, what if indeed?
Well, there's a lot of things that people thought were impossible 20 years ago that clearly aren't, so I guess we can't always close the door on what can happen, huh?
Indeed, there's proof more and more every day that the impossible can be made possible.
Yeah, I feel that every day.
And he turns and looks at you, and he's this very gaunt-faced. He's got white hair on top that's very thin. His eyes are sunken, and he has these light blue eyes. And he looks very deeply at you, but he doesn't say a word. And it's almost like he's looking through you to something else. And the more he stares at you, the more it feels like there is nobody else in this room anymore. There is no room anymore. It is just you and him.
Oh, like it seems to be affecting me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you can just hear like your heart beating, this thumping. And then the world starts to slowly rain back in around you. And you can hear voices that you didn't hear just a moment ago, mid-conversation. It's like you went to a different place. And the old man's standing there staring at you, and he goes, you're a different type of kid.
You're pretty different yourself. What did you just do to me?
And he swiftly starts to take off. He's got his cane, and he's just moving at a brisk pace.
I'll follow him, and it's like, just kind of a bit louder. It's like, what was that? What did you do to me?
I don't know what you're speaking of.
I think you do, and do I feel different at all? Do I feel... No. It's,
no.
Do
just
I
a
get
little
any
surreal.
sense
It was
of,
just a little weird.
Get any sense of what he was doing when he
kind
of
it was just kind
away?
Of like you... It was almost like it was hypnotic. Like you were just kind of there. Yeah. It's kind of like you just zoned out. Sorry, son. Good day. Good day to you. And he turns to start going towards the exit.
I'm going to see if I can kind of stealthily, follow him a little bit. See where he's going.
He exits. And you try to follow behind him. I'm gonna roll his awareness. Not that he has stats or anything. He's just a regular no-name NPC that doesn't have stats. Don't worry about that.
I mean, you're just using the generic, a general human is a 4.
Yeah. So would I roll coordination?
You could use coordination.
And,
Roll coordination. D6 plus coordination.
That's an 8.
All right. I got a 9. You're like trying to follow this guy, and this limo pulls up, and the doors open, and he turns around as this guy is letting him sit into ushering him into the limo, and he locks eyes with you. You're like hidden behind this column, and he sees you, and he wags his finger at you, and the door closes, and as it takes off, you see his license plate.
I'm going to write it down.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
It says biology. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jay, and I hope you're enjoying the show so far. You might be wondering to yourself, hey, how can you show your appreciation for the work that we're doing here at Out of Depth? Let me tell you, friend, one way you can help us out is to just recommend the show to friends, strangers. Our goal is to get our stories out to as many ears as we can, so word of mouth is huge for us. Recommending the show to your friends or leaving a review at whatever site you're listening to us at, that goes a long way to helping us find and build our audience. But Jay, you may say, I've got a little coin in my pocket. I'd like to throw it your way. How do I get it from my pocket to your pocket? Well, you can go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and subscribe at any tier you feel comfortable for as long as you would like to. Patrons get access to some other behind-the-scenes info on the show, such as character questionnaires and my maps. They also get first access to our raw recording videos for each episode and exclusive access to our post-season Q&A, where we discuss the story and answer questions from subscribers. So if you want that kind of access to us, you're only going to get that at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. That money helps us pay for artists and collaborators and expand our ability to create fun stories for you to enjoy. We don't do ads or paid endorsements for games, which means support from listeners just like you is absolutely vital to our growth. If you want to be a part of that, you can do it at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. Thank you so much. Holy shit. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the show and see who our heroes will save today. Labyrinth. You are sitting in a hotel room and you hear a knock at the door. You get up and the carpet sticks to your chest from this wound. Go ahead and use that determination point. That's gone.
I get to recover the amount of the greater of my strength or willpower. So I will recover my willpower amount, which is 6.
Okay. How are you going to get out of here?
I'm going to activate my invisibility. And there's usually a little nook where the closet is in a hotel room, like between that and the dresser. That, like, you could like put a piece of luggage, but like not much more. Yeah. I'm going to go stand over there.
You stand over there. These people walk in. Oh my God, look at all that blood on the floor. And police come in after him. It's the concierge. And they're looking around and they don't see this wounded Labyrinth slinking out behind them into the hallway. You can see other police officers are putting tape up so that people don't cross into this hotel room. Where do you want to go right now?
As I get like out in the hallway.
This is still the night before, by the way. This is still Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone backwards. Yeah.
We've gone backwards in time.
Do I see any cameras anywhere?
There are not in the hallway. No.
Okay. I go to the elevator. And I kind of wait for it just to open. And stay on it until it kind of empties on some floor before I press lobby.
There's definitely a camera in the elevator.
Can I tell where it's pointing? Because there's not multiple, right?
No, it's just one that's pointing into the elevator. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know, like, but I mean, like, I could
is filming people in the elevator.
Yeah, but I mean, I could technically stand under it and it wouldn't see much, or no?
If you want to stand, like, with your back to it, like, yeah, slide in and do that. Lobby. You wake up the next morning thinking about how you did all this, how miserable it was, and how something fast as hell. You weren't at your best. No. You were wounded. You maybe took on too much.
Figured nobody would care about this guy. I was wrong.
You were wrong. You wake up, you turn on the news, a lot of people talking about Zack Lapidus, Gracie Hartwell. And I guess you sleep in pretty late because you had a rough night. They're also talking about Mrs. Lapidus and how she attacked an entire mob of paparazzi early
Good
this
for
morning.
you, Miss Lapidus.
Your phone is going absolutely bananas right now.
Check my phone.
Who do you think is the person who has called you the most?
Chris.
Chris.
And Claude. It's pretty even, but Chris slightly
Chris
more.
is up by one. One extra missed call more than Claude.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to anybody?
I text Claude real quick and say, I'm fine, we'll talk in a bit. And I call Chris.
As you're dialing Chris, you get a text back from Claude that says, I'm 5 minutes away.
Shit, okay.
Hey, what's going on? Holy shit, what a night.
Yeah.
You all right?
I mean, I'm guessing you saw?
Yeah. Did you know that was going to happen?
No. Chris,
What? I'm just asking.
why would you think I would know about this?
There's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the news about this. I don't know what to say. I'm just asking.
Are they saying that I was involved?
The only person who's spoken to the media, because they can't find the kid.
Awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, but they found his mom, and she's the only one speaking, and she's a bit much.
I've been watching this stuff. Did she say I did it?
No. But
Okay.
nobody is saying anything, and apparently the guy who was under the stage jumped out a window last night.
Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I've missed some texts from Daphne too. Okay.
Hey, do you need me to come over tonight?
I'm going to this gala thing tonight.
Do you need a date?
No, it's okay.
Okay. After?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be home?
At your home.
You're
Oh, you want to come to my place?
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Well, I gotta clean up, but whatever.
I don't care. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop by.
Okay. I'll see you later tonight.
All right. Talk to you later.
Knock at the door.
Open the door.
Claude. What the shit, girl? You look awful.
I feel awful.
You look pale.
I am pale.
What are we gonna do?
I need to like make a statement. It sounds like, or something. I
Maxine's writing one right now.
Jeez. Okay.
If you make it to the studio, we can film something.
Okay.
We can get out ahead of it. And I'm going to be honest with you. This could be really big for you because I got a phone call from the studio. They're thinking about replacing Nick
with
Gracie Hartwell.
The Claude?
Yeah. I mean, you're probably not going to get paid as much as him.
Oh,
he would have.
Obviously.
Because
I mean, that's got to be a perk because then they're going to have to do a lot of legal fees to show how they weren't involved between Larry and me and Nick being there and stuff.
Oh my God. Did you hear about Larry?
I heard about Larry.
He jumped out a window and nobody can find Nick.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do about all this. All right. Can you get order me my coffee and protein shake for pickup, and I'll get dressed.
Yeah.
And can you grab my makeup?
Absolutely. I'm way ahead of you. I've got everything. And she pulls out this muffin that has like this cream cheese cube in the middle of the. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Are you thinking of the Starbucks pumpkin muffin? All right. I get dressed. I kiss my pet ball python, Madame Zarita, on the head and set her.
Did you just low key slide in a python into this story?
Oh, yeah.
Nonchalantly just put a. David, did you hear that?
I have a pet python. She's very self-sufficient.
It happened. Yeah.
She is self-sufficient. A python is what does that mean?
Well, I mean, she only needs to eat once a week, and to be honest, I let her loose in the apartment, and she eats the mice. Because, I mean, I can't afford a really nice apartment.
Okay. Yeah. All right,
She's
that's a
super
thing.
sweet.
Yeah, all right. No, that's fine. There's a python now. That's cool.
I even have a leash for her. Like, that's something I do in my videos sometimes, as I take her for a slither.
Is that what people do with pythons? They put them on leashes?
Yeah.
Did you look this up?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. This is crazy. Okay.
Was this not in the character questionnaire?
I think I missed the python, dude. I missed the python. Wait, what did you just say? You didn't ask?
You didn't ask if I had
What game are you playing right now? Okay. What's the name of the python? Could we say the python's name one more time?
Madame Zarita.
Madame Zarita.
Zorita. Yep, Madame Zarita.
It's a male python?
No, it's female.
Okay.
And she's yellow, like a yellow ball
Okay.
python. Yeah, very sweet.
Okay, so, David, what do you want to do with the rest of your day? Gail, you think about what you want to do with the rest of your day. If you don't want to do anything until the gala, you don't have to do anything. We don't have to role play all this stuff.
Okay.
Zach's gonna grab a gyro, get a nice little snack.
A gyro?
Definitely
Yeah,
overdrafted now.
For sure. And I think
It's not gyro?
It's a gyro. Yeah, some people say gyro.
That's not what I said. I didn't say either. I said euro.
Euro.
Is it not euro?
It's euro.
That's not how Zach says it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be so great.
Cool.
My character is Greek.
Gail's character is literally Greek. Like that
Gracie Hartwell is her stage name.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. Okay.
I think that's the only thing Zach was going to do is go down to that museum. So I guess if I think he like often he has like a police scanner app, and he'll like just kind of have his headphones in and kind of listen to that. If anything crazy is happening, that he can help out as Lazarus. He might respond to and jump into action.
Okay, Gail, you got anything?
I do want to give my statement.
What's your statement?
Hey, everyone. As many of you may have seen, what was supposed to be the simple can motorcycle stunt that I practiced for you all in honor of Polymorph turned out to be a catastrophe. I plan on sharing the video and breaking down what happened in the course of the next few weeks. But first, I felt like I needed to make a statement about what happened.
As you're saying this, all the power in the building goes out. Holy shit.
Claude?
What just happened? I don't know. It must be like a brownout or something. Hang on. Go check it. And she's like yelling at Maxine, go flip a switch. Maybe a fuse or something. Go flip the fuse. Maybe
Can I see anything? Like, what's the studio like? I don't
your
know.
phone rings and there's an alert. And there's now an alert system for whenever there's like a super powered event. And Zach, you're getting this same ping on your phone that there is a creature at a power plant and it is absorbing the electricity in this town.
Guys, it's
This guy again. He did
Actually,
this last month.
do we have we seen this guy before?
Yeah. Spectrum. Back at it again.
How far away is the power plant?
You could get there on your motorcycle. Do you want to go to it or not?
Okay.
Because David's going to go to it. David's down.
Yeah, Zach is going to find a subtle place to turn into Lazarus, and he's psyched. He loves being Lazarus. So he's
Zach jumps into a nearby construction porta potty.
That's right.
Pops out as Lazarus. How does Lazarus get about town? Does he like just swing, or is he like what does he do?
So
does he leap around?
Yeah. He like can coil his legs into these really tight springs and just kind of like launch from like building to building, basically.
All right. So this purple figure is bounding from building to building, heading towards the power plant. Gail, what are you doing?
All right. We'll shoot tomorrow. I'll meet y'all here at 10.
Jesus, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go get ready for this gala. Well, thanks, guys. Hopefully the soups figure this out.
You do you. You have a day. We could do another day. We could do it. We'll tease it out.
Yeah, all right.
You're driving down and you get to this area where there's like these huge arcs of electricity sparking around the power plant. And Lazarus bounds. You see this purple figure bounding from one building to another and lands in front of you. And you have to like skid your motorcycle to a stop as this purple guy just like shows up in front of you.
Do I know Lazarus? Like, know of
Yeah, you know him as Polyklutz.
Polyglot. Oh.
He kind of looks like Polymorph, but he has 2 less arms. And he has not been quite as successful. He seems like a copycat hero.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
He kind of does like similar stuff as the original Polymorph. but not all of it.
Have I seen Labyrinth yet?
You've heard of the name, but you've never seen her, no?
No. But like, am I looking?
Yeah,
at her
you
right
land
now?
and you feel the motorcycle slide behind you, and some like gravel flies up and hits you in the back. You're like, the hell? And you realize there's another masked person on a motorcycle.
Labyrinth? Are you kidding me? Honestly, I've been hoping to team up with you for so long. This is great. Oh my gosh. I remember watching how you took down Gunk. I'm a huge fan. Seriously.
All right, kid. You have the same abilities as Polymorph?
You know, ish. You know, I can't do everything you can do. You know, you might call me Polymorph Light, but you know, you call the shots. You're the veteran here.
Okay. Are you immune to electricity?
No, sure. I'm
no,
not.
Me neither.
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
All right. Well, I think we have to just hit it with what we got. Do I know anything about Spectrum and its weaknesses? I feel like I've only seen this thing, and I feel like I haven't actually fought him before.
Spectrum is this. He's like living electricity in a suit, and he's contained in this suit, and so it's just like arcs of electricity bouncing around in this kind of spacesuit.
That seems dangerous. Maybe I don't want to hit him with all that I've got.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. Actually,
some cop cars pull up. You guys got this? Because that'd be sweet.
I want to use... Can I make a test of awareness?
Yeah.
Just kind of assessing the situation, assessing what can be done.
Yeah.
9.
You can hear this like painful sound. Like a vibration happening that's really painful. Like screaming.
Oh, like
somebody's in pain, but it doesn't quite sound human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You look and you can see these generators, and there's like an explosion, and you see like there's these sparks flying everywhere, and from the sparks you see Spectrum in his suit, and he's grabbing a hold of one of these generators, and he's clutching it, and you realize that sound is coming from him. It doesn't sound like he's doing okay.
Spectrum. I'm gonna start to approach. I'm holding out my arms.
Yeah.
Spectrum.
You start walking forward, and Spectrum, you can hear a voice. It's this vibrational voice that is echoing around this power plant. And he says, "Something is wrong. It hurts."
Okay.
And you see his suit start to expand. Like he's blowing up like a balloon.
Oh, Spectrum, put down the generator.
I have to eat. And when he says that, he explodes. Make a coordination check since you came over there.
Jeez, another one. 8.
8. You are able to describe how you like avoid this explosion of shrapnel and stuff. What does Labyrinth look like when she ducks out of the way of something?
It's very odd. It's a movement that no one's really seen before. She does a lot of sort of twirling and twisting to jump out of the way. It's very much compacting and expanding her body is how she fights, is to make her seem bigger than she is, but also compress herself. It's just very slithery. So with this in particular, she is jumping backwards using some of her parkour ability to allow the aerodynamics to rush over her, so that as it hits her, it's hitting as little of her as possible, mostly just hitting her feet and then sweeping up over her body and then rolling as she comes to a stop.
Like a snake swimming through water.
Yeah.
But you're going through the air.
Yeah.
You do that, avoid all this, and Lazarus, like, you shield your eyes from this white hot explosion of electricity. All the little pieces of polymorph that have fused to your body, you can feel like ants crawling all over your skin. And you see, before Labyrinth does, you see her do this flip through the air before she can land and look at the spot where the explosion happened, where Spectrum was. You can see that there is another figure there.
Where Spectrum formerly was?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it anyone that I would have recognized?
They're in a black suit.
Yeah.
They look human. They have a human face, black hair, dark skin. You can see an orange light shining on their face. They have a kind of collar that's raised up. and they turn and look, and they see all of you. And there's like police officers and you guys. And she lets out another blast. But before she can, you see that she's like charging something in her arms. She has these gauntlets. And it looks like she is about to just blast you guys away.
But did it look like she blasted out from like inside of him?
Seems like it. Yeah, it seems like she is there where he was.
Ooh.
Quickly, is Spectrum a hero or a villain?
He was a villain, yeah.
He was a villain. And, golly, what a conundrum. Okay.
Yeah, Lazarus is gonna kind of leap towards her and just say, so, did you just kill Spectrum?
Did you just kill Spectrum?
Did you kill Spectrum?
Are you going to try and do anything like as an action or anything? Because she looks like she's violently about to deal with you all.
Okay.
I'm just saying that because I'm giving you an opportunity to react to what is about to happen.
I am going to extend my arm and launch it at her and see if I can bind her arms so that she can't use these gauntlets.
You want to do it's a prowess, right? Oh no, you're like shooting your arm at her, right?
Yeah, so this is my
like
binding
like
ability.
So your arm is detaching from your body.
My arm is literally like detaching and like launching out to my body and kind of like, becoming this like kind of bandy kind of thing through the air to try and like, restrain her.
So that's a coordination roll because you're firing at her.
I do actually have like a binding number here too, though.
The binding is the level at which they are bound.
Okay.
That's what I have to beat in order to get out of it.
All right, so the coordination. Oh, there we go, 12.
Yeah, you absolutely shoot this arm at her, and it hits her in the hands with such force that her hands go into the ground. Like it sticks them to the ground, and it drops her face first, and this like purple goo is sinking her into the concrete ground around you. And
was it a moderate success, massive success?
It was a massive success.
All right, so she is in a complete hole.
Yeah, she's stuck. Labyrinth, what would you like to do?
I'm going to activate my invisibility and move sort of diagonally away, diagonally to the right, but towards this person, trying to keep myself from my location from being noted.
So you're just trying to avoid
detection and also be a little bit closer in case I need to surprise this person or take care of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You do that. All right. What did you say the binding level was, Dave?
6. So it says you're fully restrained and cannot take any physical action except escape.
Could you roll a d6 and add it to that 6 and let me know what the number is?
Sure. That's the 6, so 12.
Holy shit. She tries to unleash her gauntlets, her blasters, and your what do we call these things? These like nanites, these
polys.
These polys just like absorb this blast. You see them kind of expand and contract around her arms even tighter than they were a moment ago. And she looks up, fear in her eyes, frustration, anger, like all of this cycles so quickly. And she looks up and you hear this recorder sound. Like it's not her voice. It's another voice coming from a box around her throat that says,
"You don't understand. I have to get the book."
What exactly, what book are you exactly trying to get, Miss Gauntlet?
It is the book of my people.
Let me guess. The Book of Unknown Devils?
I don't understand that title.
Oh.
But it is a book of immense power, one that could unmake your entire reality.
What did you just do to Spectrum?
I'm approaching very quietly this whole time, just listening. Invisible. What did you do to Spectrum?
Is that the gate?
Spectrum was the villain you just exploded out from.
A villain. Well, then good. Yes?
Did you just use Spectrum as a gate? Are you here from another world?
Yes. I'm from Casus.
What is Casus?
It's from a very faraway galaxy.
And you're in search of a book, and if you find it, you'll do what with it?
I have to take it back to my people. We're told that it is in great danger. There is a human on this planet who wants the book.
White hair, piercing eyes?
I know not. I only know the name that he goes by.
What name is that?
Nick Northcutt.